Hello and welcome back to Purbeck Farm 22 for the final time. Yep, this is definitely going to be the last episode. I flirted with the idea of trying to get it all in the last one, but there was just too much to do. So we might go over both days, depending on how busy we get. But it will all be in this video, and it'll all be done by the end of January as well. Doing it all by the end of this month isn't ideal in the sense that the sunflowers aren't at their top price. I'll have to change that around here. The sunflowers aren't at the top price. The pellets that we're about to, well, hopefully sell now, are absolutely rock bottom, like £3 less than what I would be getting in, I think May is their time. But there's nothing we can actually do about that. Hops pellets, 30 grand. Let's get these sold. We'll keep them on. I've just had a message saying the bunker silo is ready as well, so all that silage, what was it, 200,000 litres worth, nearly 300,000 litres is there. So I assume that the bales will be ready as well. Right. I mean, that's shooting up. Can you imagine if they were worth another 3 grand on top of that? Are we going to hit 1 million? Yes. Oh my god, 263 grand. That is outrageous. I know it cost a lot to set up. And it did cost a lot to set up. But for the amount of money we've just made there, that is absolutely ridiculous. There was some biomaterial there as well, wasn't it? See if we can get rid of that. I don't even know if it sells. We could have a look. Where are we at? There we are. Biomaterial. Oh yeah, it sells, but for next to nothing. Ah, you're best off putting it in composter, aren't you? I mean, we're not going to have the composter going, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just let's sell this. We'll get next to nothing for it, but I suppose that's the, you're going to get that as a sort of extra, aren't you? To put straight back in the composter to get the compost out of it. So that's quite good. If I would fancy doing these again on another series. It's just that initial outlay is brutal, isn't it? Right. So that's that done. I do really like that hops setup with the composter. Hopefully we shall see that again. What we'll do is I'll get back up to the, do we need to be down here for anything? The cereal, but I don't have a trailer down here. We could go and hire one, I suppose. Let's go and do that, and let's not crash. There we go. Right, let's go and get a trailer. We'll leave this to one side. I'm thinking we might even use one of them sort of box trailers. You know, the auto load that we've used previously. If you can get cereal in them, then I think we might use one of them. I mean, that would have been decent, wouldn't it? But not now. It's under miscellaneous. The rumblers would have been decent as well. But I'm not spending the money on there. One of these. Does that take cereal? Is that the cereal icon next to the? I don't know if that was a cereal icon next to the honey. We'll hire it anyway. It's only £600. I know it's got dollars on. That's just from playing. Well, the other two series are one's Griffin and one's the Forest Challenge. Both of them are using dollars. Right. So we've got nice, neat stacks there. I think there's, is it 8,000 litres? I don't even know if they're 1,000 litre boxes actually. Oh, they're not. Do we have anything around there? Yeah, so we'll have to try to back up around there as well. I mean, just suspend it, suspend it in the air there. We'll get these filled and we'll have a look, see where we're going to go. 10,000 litres, and the Fisherman is the best place, so that's just one of the sell points up here. To be honest, I think if we'd cottoned on to what we need to do with the grapes and raisins earlier, and the honey, to be fair, we were quite slow on the uptake with the honey. We should have a lot more cereal than what we do, but that's my bad. Yeah, we should have been producing a lot more than this. It's just going to take automatically. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's going to be another 70 grand though, isn't it? Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a lot more. 82 grand. Not bad at all. 1.1 million, brilliant. Right, what else have we got? We've got the sunflowers, we've got the milk, we've got sunflowers, milk and silage, haven't we? So we need to get back up to the farm. Right, we might as well do the milk now. So we've got 10,700 litres from the main farm, and then we'll probably have around a similar amount from this one, I think. Let's have a look. Get this opened up. Without putting a truck in here to collect the milk, how else would we do it? We would have to get some sort of like... I know this looks weird, but like we've said before, the triggers are weird here. Anyway, we would have to get some sort of small milk container, wouldn't we? And then if we could transfer it over, possibly. I don't know if that's possible. If we were doing it, say, within the role player. Say if we were doing this... So, originally, when I very first started the role player, or before we even released on Actinum, this was the role player map. This is what I designed it on. And so if we'd been doing the role player on here, how would we have got the milk from these cows if that's what we were doing? Because I wouldn't have wanted to drive the lorry onto there, because it would look daft. So I don't know what we'd do. Maybe one of them. Maybe we just wouldn't use this. We'd just use a tractor with a small small container on the back. Right. So there's another 55 grand. Unreal. Let's, because I'm curious, let's go and get in our tractor. We'll get the auto load on and we'll try to get those bales sold. Right, as if to prove some sort of point, the game crashed and kicked us out just after. So we sold the milk, and then I just started doing this bit here. I was probably about 3 minutes into recording this sort of section, and yeah, the game crashed, kicked us out, which meant I lost all that footage. But more importantly, I hadn't saved it from the right at the back end of the last episode, because I'm recording the two final ones back to back. So I had to go and put everything right, which means if the time is slightly off, which I expect it will be, because I think I'll have done it faster second time round when I wasn't recording. So if the time isn't right, if the money's slightly different because prices were maybe slightly different when we've done it the second time round, then that is why. So it's took us about another half an hour to correct it. And in that time my headset's starting to die as well, it needs charging. So we need to get through this really quickly. I'm pleased in the sense that we've been able to unload these, unwrap these. So it was simply because we hadn't, when we finished with the extractor, we hadn't emptied it, and that would have allowed it to let the final bale ferment. Right, let's go down here. Ah, it's the other side. That was surprising. What I'm going to do, I'm quickly going to save it, because it was just as I was doing this when it kicked us off the first time round. So I don't think it'll be anything we've done here. It'll be 100%. Oh my god. There's lots. There's lots and lots. I knew there was going to be like... Right, let's get down there. Last load. We've only got 21 bales on this one. We've been getting around about 95, 96 grand per trailer full, which is crazy. You can see we're up to 1.33 million, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. Right, let's get this off. How much are we getting for this last lot? 77, so 84 grand. 1.4 million. What have we got left to do? I tell you what, I'm not going to do. We're not going to sell all that silage. I'll have a look, see what that's worth. I think I know pretty much what it's worth anyway. And then we'll just add that onto the total, because that is going to take another good chunk of time. What we do need to do, I think it's the very last thing we need to do now, is get our sunflowers sold. So we'll get back up to the farm and we'll get that done. Right, we'll just back up into place. A little bit of a break because I had to put like just a few minutes charge into my headset. Why am I pulling out there? Because it was dying, and we're really close to getting this finished. Normally I'd just have a break, but if we're this close, I want to get it done. Now the sunflowers, you can normally get well over 2 grand per 1,000 litres. We're only going to get about 1,500, 1,600 I think. Mull Valley 1,700 we're going to get, so it's not that bad, but it's still about £500 less than what we should be getting. If we were staying on the map, that's the amount we would have been getting. It's quite tight around here now. Excellent. Just give that bit of, there we go. Get in cab. So 39,000 litres of sunflowers. We've still got a bit left to do after that as well. And the final thing we'll do, we'll just look at the silage, and I think there's about just under 200 grand's worth of silage there. I mean, it's heavy, you can feel. I know you probably can't feel it, but you can certainly see it. It's really heavy for the tractor pulling it up that bank there. Forgot about this. I left this here after it kicked us out before. I didn't bother taking it back down. Right, let's get that there. And right, let's see how much we get for this. We've still got some left as well. Yeah, 12,000 litres worth left. What we're getting now, 67, 73 grand. Not bad. And final load of the series, 12,729 litres, which hopefully, what it should do, shouldn't it? It should take us over the 1.5 million mark. What we're going to do after that, we're quickly just going to teleport over to the farm. Have a look, see how many thousands of litres are in there. I think there's just under 300,000 litres, so you're probably looking at, like I said, just under 200,000 pounds worth. I mean, this farm is so well set up. We've literally got hundreds of thousands of litres worth of slurry, so we're not going to have to rely on. There, we passed 1.5 million. Let's just teleport over to here. Yeah, so we don't have to rely on fertiliser. We've got loads, or we've got some seed stacked up. That's the wheel loader that we were using, just to get, because you get 8,000 litres in that silage fork. So yeah, I needed to use that because the telehandler, it was just too slow. I want that. Take that off. Yeah, just under 300,000 litres. You're looking at maybe 180 grand, something like that, from there. So yeah, you're looking at 1.7 million, aren't you? That is what we would have ended with this summer. So we would have been starting, I'll do it now, we'll get it paid off while we're here. So we would have been starting with sort of 1.4 million had we stayed on, and that could have bought us all sorts. But just with what was happening with the map, with the amount of issues I've been having with it, not being able to update, getting kicked out, the lines that are going across, which I can't actually... Oh, there's one there. See that line going across the map there? Is that one? That's telegraphed wire. So they're normally white. Right, get past there. They're normally white, and they're normally up in this direction. And it'll go right across the map and right through the trees and stuff like that. You can't get black ones, which obviously aren't telegraph poles. But I am genuinely gutted to be coming off, because I love this map. Like I've said before, this is one of my top 3 maps. I absolutely adore it. I loved it in 19, loved it in 22. I hope with whatever iteration of FS we're going to get next, that we get this map again, because it's just outstanding, and there's so much you can do on it. Like, if I started another Let's Play now, I wouldn't start at this farm, I'd start another one and have a completely different game. When I'm talking about this farm being so well stacked, I mean, look, we've just got loads. I am genuinely good. But big thank you to the modder, MS Modern, absolutely outstanding effort on the map. And like I said, I hope to be back on again. So we'll leave it here. We're still carrying on with Griffin. We've still got our Forest Challenge going. I'm going to be starting a new series as well. I don't know how quickly that'll be out, because I haven't actually picked a map to do it on yet. But we will be back up to 3 series very shortly after this being released, hopefully. So thank you very much for watching the series. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again in the next one.
PlayStation